From the largest mirror in the world in Bolivia to temples floating in the sky in Greece, the world is full of places that defy reality. So now, I'm taking you around the world to discover places on Earth that don't feel real. Add these to your bucket list. Picture a place so flat, so white, and so endless that pilots have used it to calibrate satellites from space. Welcome to the Salar de Uyuni, the largest salt flat on the entire planet. We're talking over 10,000 square kilometers of pure white salt stretched across the Bolivian highlands at over 3,600 meters above sea level. To put that in perspective, you could fit almost the entire country of Jamaica inside this one salt flat. Here's why it feels completely impossible. For most of the year, the Salar is a blinding white desert, cracked into thousands of hexagonal tiles that stretch to the horizon in every direction. But during the rainy season, between December and April, something strange happens. A thin layer of water, sometimes just a few centimeters deep, spreads across the entire surface. And because the salt underneath is so perfectly flat, that water doesn't ripple. It just sits there like glass. The result is the largest natural mirror on Earth. The sky, the clouds, the stars at night, they reflect so perfectly that the horizon disappears completely. Photographers travel from all over the world just to stand in the middle of it. Because from certain angles, you genuinely cannot tell where the ground ends and the sky begins. People walking across it look like they're floating in mid-air, suspended between two identical skies. Fun fact, this place holds over half of the entire world's known lithium reserves, the same metal that's inside your phone battery, your laptop, and every electric car on the road today. Some estimates put the value of the lithium beneath the Salar in the hundreds of billions of dollars. And most people don't know this, but the Salar de Uyuni used to be part of a massive prehistoric lake called Lake Minchin, which covered this entire region tens of thousands of years ago. When the lake dried up, it left behind a crust of salt that in some places is over 10 meters thick, meaning you could dig down the height of a 3-story building and still be standing on solid salt. In southwestern Turkey, there's a hillside that locals nicknamed Cotton Castle centuries ago, and once you see it, you'll understand exactly why. This is Pamukkale. It's a hillside in southwestern Turkey covered in brilliant white travertine terraces, layer after layer of natural stone shelves filled with warm turquoise mineral pools. From a distance, the entire hillside looks like it's been buried in fresh snow, or like a glacier somehow melted straight into the landscape. Except this region isn't cold at all. It's warm almost year-round, which makes the sight even stranger to process. The terraces cascade down the mountainside in soft, rounded shapes, almost like the stone itself was poured and then frozen mid-flow. Walk barefoot across them, and you're stepping through shallow pools of mineral-rich water that locals and visitors alike have soaked in for thousands of years. Fun fact, these terraces weren't built by anyone. They were formed naturally by calcium-rich hot springs flowing down the mountainside for thousands upon thousands of years, with each new layer of mineral deposit hardening on top of the last, like a slow-motion sculpture built entirely by water. And most people don't know this, but Pamukkale sits directly next to the ruins of an ancient Roman city called Hierapolis. The Romans believed the mineral waters here had healing properties, and they built an entire spa city around these pools, complete with a theater, a necropolis, and bathhouses, all still standing today, right beside the white terraces. Somewhere beneath New Zealand's North Island, there's a cave so dark that when the guide switches off the last light, you can't see your own hand until you look up. This is the Waitomo glowworm caves, a limestone system that turns into a living galaxy the moment the lights go out. Deep underground, thousands of native glowworms cling to the cave ceiling, each one producing a soft blue-green bioluminescent light. Step onto a boat and drift silently along the underground river below. and the effect is almost too surreal to process. It looks exactly like floating beneath a clear night sky full of stars, except you're hundreds of feet underground, in complete darkness, surrounded by ancient limestone formed over 30 million years ago. The glow isn't scattered randomly either. In the densest chambers, the ceiling is so covered in these tiny lights that it creates a shimmering, constellation-like effect that shifts and ripples as your eyes adjust to the dark. Fun fact, these glowworms aren't actually worms at all. They're the larvae of a fly species called Arachnocampa luminosa, found nowhere else on Earth except New Zealand. And most people don't know this, but that beautiful glow is actually a trap. Each glowworm hangs down dozens of sticky silk threads, like fishing lines, and uses its light to lure flying insects up toward the ceiling. Once an insect gets tangled, the glowworm reels the thread back in and eats it, meaning that stunning starlit ceiling you're staring at is really just a very well-lit killing field for bugs. It took nothing but water and time to sculpt one of the most photographed places on Earth. No tools, no hands, just thousands of years of flash floods cutting through soft sandstone. The result is Antelope Canyon, a narrow slot canyon tucked into northern Arizona. The sandstone walls twist and flow in smooth wave-like curves, almost like the rock has been sculpted by hand. Depending on the time of day and the angle of the sun, the walls shift through entire ranges of color: deep purples, burnt oranges, glowing reds, sometimes all visible at once within a few feet of each other. But the real magic happens around midday, when the sun sits high enough to send narrow beams of light straight down through the cracks above. Those beams cut through the canyon like spotlights, illuminating drifting dust in the air and turning the whole space into something that looks almost computer-generated. It's one of the most photographed locations on the planet for exactly that reason. Fun fact: in some sections, the canyon is so narrow that only one person can walk through at a time, single file, with walls close enough to touch on both sides. And most people don't know this, but Antelope Canyon is sacred land belonging to the Navajo Nation, and it can only legally be visited with an official Navajo guide. The Navajo name for Upper Antelope Canyon translates roughly to the place where water runs through rocks, a nod to the flash floods that carved this entire canyon and, even today, can fill it in minutes without warning. Last on the list, and this one might top them all. In central Greece, entire buildings sit on top of rock towers hundreds of meters in the air with no visible way up. The name of this place translates to suspended in the air, and honestly, that might be the most fitting name on this entire list. This is Meteora. Scattered across central Greece are massive sandstone pillars, some rising over 400 meters straight up out of the landscape. That's taller than most skyscrapers. And perched right on top of these pillars are Eastern Orthodox monasteries, built directly into the rock, seemingly with no way up or down. From below, they genuinely look like they're floating, untouched by roads, cars, or the modern world just beneath them. Monks began building here starting in the 14th century, and they chose these exact locations on purpose. The near-impossible access wasn't a problem. It was the entire point. Isolation meant protection from invaders, and total separation from worldly distraction meant a purer connection to prayer and solitude. Fun fact: at its peak, there were 24 monasteries built across these rock pillars. Today, only 6 remain active and open to visitors. And most people don't know this, but for centuries, the only way monks could reach some of these monasteries was by climbing rickety, removable ladders that could be pulled up to cut off access completely, or by being hauled up the cliff face in a net, one person at a time, using a rope and pulley system. That system was reportedly still in regular use well into the 20th century, only replaced by carved stone steps in more recent decades. These are some of the most incredible places on Earth, and honestly, their beauty alone is enough to put them on your bucket list. So if this made your jaw drop, send it to a friend who needs to see it too. Like and subscribe for more places that don't feel real.